Hi everyone. In this video, I'm going to talk about how to safely use your essential oils. When we talk about safety with essential oils, we typically talk about two areas. That's topical use and internal use or ingestion of the oils. I'm going to first start with topical use. When you're using an essential oil topically, it is important to dilute for several reasons. Anyone who may have sensitive skin would need to dilute. Anyone who is younger in age, children under 6, it's always important to dilute. Also, the elderly, because they may have more sensitive skin. And it's very important to dilute so that you get a better absorption. The molecules in our essential oils are very tiny and aromatic, and so they can really disperse into the air and evaporate into the air when we open the bottle and place them in our hand or on our skin. By using a carrier oil, it helps to weigh down the essential oil because the molecules are larger and therefore you get a better skin absorption. Now, speaking of carrier oils, the most common carrier oil to use is coconut oil, specifically a fractionated coconut oil. This is the coconut oil, the fractionated coconut oil that doTERRA sells. This is what I choose to use. You can add it to your monthly, you don't even have to get it every month. This lasts for probably 3-4 months at least, but you can add it to your monthly order when you need it. Now, the difference in this and a regular coconut oil that you buy in the store and maybe cook with is that the fractionated coconut oil stays liquid at room temperature. And if you cook with coconut oil or use it for other health benefits, you're probably aware that it will solidify once it gets to a certain temperature. I believe it's around 76 degrees. So below that. So the fractionated coconut oil, they have removed a fat molecule and therefore it stays liquid at room temperature. Now, as far as dilution with other oils, you can use really any carrier oil. You could use something like almond oil, jojoba oil, grapeseed oil. Those all pretty much have no scent to them. You would want to stay away from something like olive oil only because it does tend to have a strong odor and it's going to affect the odor of your essential oil. Now, when we're talking about dilution and the amount that you want to dilute, it's important for babies or children under the age of 2 to dilute a little bit heavier when you're applying it to their skin. So the general rule of thumb with someone with very sensitive skin or again a small child under the age of 2, then you want to dilute in a 1-to-3 ratio, at least 1-to-3. And what I mean by that is 1 drop of essential oil to 3 drops of carrier oil. You can go up to a teaspoon of carrier oil if you need to, or if you feel safer doing that, then that is perfectly acceptable. For just an average person without a skin sensitivity, a 1-to-1 ratio is typically fine. There are certain oils that are considered hot oils or caustic to the skin, meaning that if we did not dilute them, even if we didn't have sensitive skin, then we may experience some burning of the skin or redness of the skin. Those oils are oregano, thyme, cassia, cinnamon, and clove. So those are really your 5 hot or caustic oils. So you would always want to dilute, and for those oils it's important to dilute in a 1-to-3 ratio for anyone that uses them. Children, again, you may want to go a little bit heavier on that. Now, other things with safety and topical use. If you were to experience some redness or burning of the skin after you used an oil, even if you diluted it, you may not have diluted it enough for your skin, or maybe it's a child. One thing that you never want to do is apply water to that area. If that occurs, then you want to grab your carrier oil and place it on the area immediately. What that does is it disperses the oil, and you will notice that skin sensitivity will go away almost immediately. If you apply water to the area, that drives oil in, so you're going to get a more intense effect. So just remember, never apply water, always apply your carrier oil. Next, I'm going to move on to internal use. Now, I want you to remember one thing. Internal use is very specific to doTERRA. So you would never want to go to the health food store or any online website and order another brand of oil and ingest it. doTERRA's sourcing practices and their rigorous testing allows us to feel safe and know that there are no chemicals, pesticides, residue, and that these oils are safe to ingest. If you go to the health food store and you buy an oil that says 100% pure, it is likely that there are synthetics added to that oil because it's not FDA regulated. So just remember, if you're going to ingest the oils, you only want to do that with doTERRA's brand. For ingestion, the way that you know that you are able to ingest an oil, there are some oils that it's not recommended to ingest. And the way that you know that is by looking at the bottles. I have two bottles here. I have a lemon and a Breathe, which is the respiratory blend. You will notice on the lemon, which is safe to ingest, you will notice that there is a label that says supplemental facts, just like a food label. This lets you know that this particular oil, lemon, is safe to ingest. Looking at the Breathe, if you look at the bottle of Breathe, there is no supplemental facts label on it. So that lets you know that Breathe is not recommended to be ingested. So that's how you know, if you're curious, if you want to ingest an oil, if it is safe to ingest. Now, another thing about ingesting oils, you want to make sure that if you're going to drink them in your water, such as lemon or any of the citrus oils that we like to drink in our water for cleansing of our cells, you want to make sure that you only drink out of either glass or stainless steel. You don't want to use plastic or styrofoam because the oils will break down the chemicals in the plastic and the styrofoam and pull that into your water, and then you're going to ingest more chemicals, which is not what you want. So that is internal use. Those are really the biggest safety tips that I have on using essential oils. Please let us know if you have any questions about this, and we'll see you on the next video. Bye.